they'll say this is my soulmate, this is my what is my. I don't believe in those. I believe that anybody can love anybody. You can put two people in a room who hate each other, give them 3 months, 4 months, you come back, they fall in love. As human beings, our desires would never be satisfied, right? It would never be satisfied. So it is about you finding value in what you have and how to grow that value. Right now, African girls, the moment you tell them I love you, their house rent will expire, their mother will fall sick, their father will die tomorrow.
You pay their bills.
Everybody will die. The moment you express, an interest in an African girl, then she becomes your responsibility all of a sudden.
I know you've been enjoying Singles Love Talk show on this channel, and as usual, this channel is all about relationship stuff and all that. So I know with the previous episodes, you guys are really enjoying it, and it's been a long time. But today, I'm coming your way with another interesting story, and I bet you there's a lot that we are going to learn today. Yes. If you have any question, just drop it in the comment section. Welcome to Race of Love.
Thank you, bro. You're doing amazing.
Thank you. Trying
God
our best.
bless you, Charlie. Small.
How's everything?
Charlie, it's been good.
Wow.
It's been good. We thank God.
What will you say when it comes to dating among this generation? Are we getting it right? Are we going off track? What is happening?
I think in the days when there was arranged marriage, it was just, we wait till a guy is, in his 18, 19, 20s. He doesn't know anybody. He's not seen any girl, fresh. And then there's this young girl who's also beautiful, 16, 17, 18, doesn't know anybody fresh. And then the two of them are, betrothed to each other. And then when they are 20 or something, they get married. So they have no experience. They just bring themselves together and then they experience each other. But this is the sense where, they call it whoring.
Okay.
This whoring new sensation where you have, very curious guys and, girls trying everything out there, trying everything in search of the perfect one, right? So before somebody gets to the perfect one, it's gone through so many trash, so much that, they bring that baggage to the right one. So what I say is that we meet the right people with baggages. And we end up destroying the right people with the baggages we bring, from marriage. So I believe, right now most of us are extremely overly experienced in relationship, right? And so we bring a lot of expectation into relationships and marriages, and it never works, right? It never works. So yeah.
Let me ask this. So, in your opinion, do you think comparing now and then, the arranged marriage where our forefathers were doing was much more better?
I think it was much better, because for me, I don't think love is like they will say this is my soulmate, this is my what is my. I don't believe in those. I believe that anybody can love anybody. You can put two people in a room who hate each other, give them 3 months, 4 months, you come back, they fall in love. Anybody can love anybody, right? That is why when your first boyfriend broke your heart, you still went on to love. If love was just for one person, you could have not loved again, right? You wouldn't have loved again, but you went on and loved. The third one did it, fifth one, sixth one, seventh one, you still. And today, if your boyfriend leaves you, you find somebody else. If your girlfriend leaves you, you find somebody else, because love is not just it's not just tied to one person. You can find it in any and everybody. So the arranged marriage, we thought it was bad, but at the end of the day, they ended up loving themselves more than we now that who is going out there to fish out. So yeah, the arranged marriage was sometimes they'd say cruel or whatever, but at the end of the day, it saved a lot of our parents from a lot of unnecessary experiences, experiences which they didn't really, do much.
But do you think there's something called perfect when it comes to relationships?
Oh no, there is nothing called perfect.
Because we have a lot of people out there.
No.
Oh, I'm looking for this perfect guy. I'm looking for this perfect lady.
No. The Bible says that the desires of man. You can never quench the desires of man. If I'm in a relationship with a woman, definitely I will see somebody who is better than her. I will see somebody who has money than her, who is beautiful than her. And I might even think about how my life would be with that person.
Saying if you are living with a person and all that.
But the point is that it is not, because the person that you are moving to, you know what is happening there? Yeah. But you have no idea, right? So as human beings, our desires would never be satisfied, right? It would never be satisfied. So it is about you finding value in what you have and how to grow that value. How you grow that value. That is why somebody can go to the village, bring some, very dating lady, and in just about 2-3 years, beautiful, transform her into, an angel. It's nowadays that people don't go to the village again, because right now the village girls are more even sport than the city girls. But in the olden days, it was the village girls. Your mother would definitely go to the village and bring you a girl, right? But we are overly experienced in it, and it's destroying some very good potential relationships, because you're expecting him to do what your ex-girlfriend does, expecting him to do what your ex-boyfriend does, right? And if our expectations are not met, then we're disappointed. Then we have to now look for the alternative, and that is what is the problem.
So it means then we have a lot of things to compare.
Too many things to compare. Too many things to compare to. Too many things to compare to. If I have dated 30, 40 girls and I meet a beautiful, young lady who is not too extremely beautiful, but she has it together, and she has a potential, but maybe she's not so great when it comes to talking sexually, or dressing in a certain way, or doing certain type of makeup, and then what I do is that then I will sit and begin to compare her to my first date, second date, third date. Okay, so 40 people. I'm comparing just one lady to all the 40 relationships that I've had. Will that girl survive? She won't survive. She won't survive.
Because you have a lot of experience
Too many experience. Too much experience. And that is what is bothering us, right? In the olden days, your father knew your mother knew your father, and that was it.
And even with that crowd, they even go ahead to investigate, to check their character, their behavior, attitude, and the family in which the lady is coming from.
Everything. When Isaac was ready to get married, what did Abraham? He sent the servant and said, "Go find me a woman." He said, "Go find me a woman." So arranged marriage has been happening way before us.
So do you think we can go back, or will you suggest that we should?
Do you know the funny thing, me? The rich are still doing arranged marriage.
Oh yeah.
It is we the poor who think we have taste. We think we have choice. But the rich are still doing arranged marriage. The rich people are still doing arranged marriage. We the poor people, no. We think we have our rights, and we know taste and preference.
What?
That's a sad thing. But the rich still believes and conducts arranged marriages, because they understand the power of marriage. Marriage is not just about sex. Marriage is a collaboration. It's a unification of families. Yeah. It's a bond. It's a business. It is, it's a contract. That is why it is two people. Just not two. We think it's always about two people coming to marry. Bro, it's way more than that.
Someone will not understand when you say it's a business. With the contract, they know that, there's
marriage is a business. Right? It's a business. Why? I learned in school one thing. It says that forms of business and, characteristics of business. Yeah. It says every business looks for profit making, right? It looks for profit making. What is profit making? It's just not about money. It's about growth, spiritual, physical, career growth, right? So when you marry, what is your goal? To grow. Anything you want to grow is a business. A business is just about making money, right? It is about growing. It's about development, and that is what people need to go into marriage as. Why do you sign an agreement? Why does the court, split your properties and stuff? Immediately you get divorced, because it's a business. If me and you we enter into a partnership to create a business,
definitely.
When we sign, the moment we are parting ways, they'll split the business. That's the same thing about marriage. And we need to go into marriage with a different mindset. That is what the rich does. They see marriage in a different angle than we, you say we the poor, and then the medium class. We think marriage is love, but you and I can say love is just like 2% of marriage. It goes way beyond that.
I wanted to ask this question, but Bible also has a different perspective when it comes to marriage. Do you think we see that, or we forgo exactly what marriage is about and we enter with our own expectation and knowledge, and that's why it's like there's a lot of problems and issues? Because looking at it at a point where it's a contract, it's a business, Bible also describes it in a different way.
No, Bible did describe marriage as a business. It described marriage as purposeful. Why did God bring Eve? One, helpmate. What does the helpmate do? Develop, grow, strengthen, support. God gave Adam a business. He gave Adam a business
to take care of
the world.
I think now people might understand.
The earth that God gave Adam to care for was a business, and he needed somebody to help Adam run it, right? To run it, a co-partner to help him run the business, right? Because he saw it was too much tax for him alone.
So he gave him a helpmate.
So he gave him a helpmate who will co-partner with him to make sure that the tax that he has given him is done, right? So there is collaboration. There needs to be that collaboration between the man and woman to ensure that the business of God is done. Aside companionship and aside sex and aside all of these things, the motive of marriage, I think, or relationship, I think, is supposed to be the spiritual, physical, social, career growth of each of the individuals. It has to be growth. So if in a marriage or in a relationship there is no growth, then there's something wrong.
Lacking, or the fundamentals are not.
There's something wrong, because you guys need to grow. That is why God brought woman in being so that it will be two head with better than one, then you guys can now take care of the the Garden of Eden. Marriage has been seen as that contractual agreement, and in as much as we think that it's about love,
it's more. There's more to.
there is way more, because God, when Adam saw Eve, he was excited. He fell in love with her. But at the end of the day, God had already brought her. So God didn't ask permission from Adam to bring Eve.
There's a lot of questions running through my mind, but let me pause that one for the meantime. We'll reserve it for another day.
Yes, the purpose. What are we trying to achieve here? What is this thing for? So if I'm going to date you, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? Are we doing this for sex? Are we doing this for the fun of it? Are we doing this for marriage? What are we doing? Right? So we need to get it from the get-go and understand what this is, right? So we know how much time we are committing to. Because I know people who have spent 8 years dating.
Wow.
10 years dating.
I know someone who they dated for 9 good years. In the 10th year, they married. And I'm like, by now, if you are giving birth,
You're a child with 8 years.